Good morning. Hello. This is the 6-month plus postnatal Pilates fitness session. This is the Babi Actif page. Well done for finding us. If you have come to the webpage, well done. Great to have you. If you found us on YouTube, please give us a little like if you've subscribed to YouTube and you're subscribed to our page. Let us know if you enjoy this video on replay. My name is Natasha and I'm going to bring you the session today. Welcome to the live if you're watching on Facebook. This is the equipment that I'm using today. So it's got a belt that you can use in your hands. It just gives you a little bit of focus when you're moving. We're going to be using that today as an option to have in your hands, and perhaps we'll get to stretch with that later as well, depending on how well we go with time. So I'm just going to chuck that down there. I've got a couple of dumbbells here, so depending on how you feel about your dumbbell lifts, we're going to be using one dumbbell today. So I'm going to pop them down there. I'm going to go through a breathing exercise with you using our breathing ball. Alright, so it'll help you out a little bit. And the belt I'm also going to use for the Pilates breath revision. So this is a mixed session, so I incorporate the breathing exercises with the Pilates on specific movement, and of course the Pilates breath, 100 years old now, that practice. Of course not as old and as ancient as yoga, but it takes a lot of its principles of flow and focus and the breathing from yoga. So therefore it's a mindful practice. It's a mindful movement based practice. And I think it's great for any human being really, but particularly if you're experiencing a time of change. And of course that is where we're all at now during this pandemic, and even more so if you're a mum, or whether you've had a baby during the pandemic or whether you've had a baby before. So great movement choice, moving mindfully. So I'm going to use a chair as well, and that is for some sit to stands and some single leg squats. So this session is designed for mums who are 6 months postnatal and who've really established some movement practices. There are easier beginner options throughout as I modify and present those to you. I'm just going to check on the laptop and see if I can pick myself up teaching the live, and then we will go. If you're watching, give me a little wave. If you're watching, give me a little wave. See if I can refresh this page over here. It might pop up. It might tell me that I'm live in there. Yeah. So it's picking me up on there. So if you're watching this on a device, a little bit of housekeeping. If you're watching on a little device and you've got black stripes left and right of me, so you might want to turn your device vertically, so like portrait, and then that probably will get rid of it. If you're watching it on a laptop, obviously that's not as easy. I tend to have a bit of tissue with me for my sessions. I've also got a cushion that you can see, so you can use that. Of course I'd advise you to prop yourself up in any floor positions that you think that you're definitely going to need that when we're in the seated position for our Pilates exercise, which is on the floor. So have a cushion handy as well. What else do you need to know? Of course, please do not participate unless you're feeling 100% fit and well. Standard information. You are responsible for your own health, and our guidance is that you only attend if you're feeling 100% fit and well, and make your safe space at home. So that's pretty much it. If you're joining me today, you can give me a comment, which I should be able to see on a view here. I'm going to pop that music on there, and then I'm going to look for you on Facebook there and see if I can see you commenting. So if you're watching, you can give me a wave. Don't be shy to say good morning. Say good morning. It's great to see you. It's great to have you. And I can see myself there. It's always very strange when you see yourself on there. But we've got some learning curves happening in all our worlds, haven't we? Especially in technology. So I might pop around at the moment to check and see if there's any comments. But As always, I can answer your questions about your postnatal journey by personal message, or just comment after the video. All right, so let's get warmed up. Let's start with just checking into our posture, working through the joints there and getting ourselves feeling more prepared. Our warm up, our first section today is a bit like a mini circuit, and then we'll do some of our Pilates towards the end, and I'll make sure that you've got your breathing checked as well. All right, so let's just stand up really tall. Take your feet really, really wide. Take your arms really, really wide. And spread out your fingers as if out of each fingertip there was a ray of light. Spread them out today. And then just rotate slowly those palms up to face the sun, and then slowly down to face the earth. And if that feels even just to start with today a little bit too much, just bring your arms lower. And then repeat. I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm just working really slowly into your shoulder joint. I'm just beginning to feel that I have some intention in my hands, which of course means all the way through my arms the muscles are involved. One more. Just thinking about lifting my chest. Shoulders are down in their sockets. Let's bring ourselves back. You can jump your feet together or step together, standing up tall. Find a feet position that suits you, and we'll do that again. So just rotate the arms into the shoulders. I'm going to take my arms a bit further away now, and I'm just becoming aware of my knees. Give your knees a little bit of a bounce. Feel taller in your spine as you do this. And then we'll bring in a shoulder roll. So arms by the sides, hands here. Just shoulder roll, easing out the tension from last night's sleep. How did you sleep? Did you sleep wonky? Did you sleep breastfeeding? Did you sleep with one leg up high, one leg down low? Often our sleeping postures are responsible for some of the discomfort we have along the muscles that hold our spine in position, so our postural muscles. So let's just do two more with a concentration of up, back, down and around. I'm going to do one more. I can feel that really working. Up, back, down and round. All right, I'm going to make it bigger. So if you want to, bend the elbow, otherwise swim. And then become aware of your knees. Become aware of your knees. Notice that you can lift up through the quadriceps, and you can still have your pelvis in a neutral position. So I'm just going to take my arm around there again, open up through that tight spot on me, and then put the hands on the hips, and then thinking about your pregnancy postures. So just reminding ourselves that when we're pregnant, we tend to tip anteriorly, so the pelvis is coming like that, and then our bellies are coming here, and it's posterior, sorry, the tail's coming there, and you're shifting, and then gradually after the birth of your baby you start to correct. You start to begin your posture check, and you can feel that you can bring your pelvis underneath your shoulders again, and you've got less of a tailbone out here, less of a sort of stretch along your tummy, and instead you've got a neutral position, and it means that the muscles are working better here, and there's less of a kink here in the lower back because that's really tight, which of course sends tightness elsewhere. So just having a little pelvic rock, so just posterior, anterior tilting, just pelvic tilt. Just pelvic tilt. You know this, you've done this before. We do it cat-cow, we do it standing. Do it a little bit on the floor, just find that pelvic tilt. And then we'll do a little bit of circling. And the other way, just feeling how you are. Good, and then we'll try moving our hips a little bit. So let's just try pointing to the side, and then taking that leg in. Take our arms up. We've been working with movements like this. So I'm loading this one leg, and I'm just going to string myself up a little bit taller, crown on the top of the head. Arms are reaching up. If that's too much already, squeeze the shoulder blade. Just point and tap. And just start to begin to feel your body having to concentrate. Flatten your foot there, four corners of the feet on the earth. Open and close. I'm going to do 4 more, and I'm just going to bring my hands above my head. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the shoulders, my chandelier. And just begin to feel your body heating up. As you begin to use those big muscles in your body, you start to pump more oxygen around your body. And I'm really asking you to lengthen through as well. So it just brings this lovely kind of stretched feeling in your posture. Opening up from our slouch positions, and here working better. So just point and tap that foot. Notice this knee is not locked out. Notice your pelvis feels like it's in a good position. Shoulders are down in their sockets, and you've flattened your foot a little bit. So you can feel everything working from head to toe. And then if it feels good, why not just open and close? Just open and close. Drop your shoulders. Smile. This is your time. If you're watching on replay, you can pause at any time and repeat a section that you like. I've designed the session so that you can do that to repeat and do extra sets and reps. Why not take your arms up? So try that one. See what that feels like. Lengthen through the spine. We'll do one more. It's working on the balance straight away. Excellent. We're going to work into a little bit of a back lunge in part of our session this morning. So I'm just going to do a back tap. And we've been working in these sessions with my hand up above and my leg behind me. So let's just bring ourselves here. And let's see how balanced you feel this morning. If you feel quite steady, you can bring your knee up and tap it down. What I'm going to get you to do is put your thumbs up for me on the movement like that. So start with your thumbs up, tap back, and then just lift the knee 4 times. 3, or just tap back and centre. 2, last one. Change leg, so tap back. Just feel how your shoulders are responding. Let's do my knee here. Let's have a go with my knee. Let's repeat that again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And have a little go on the other side. Think about your movement again mindfully. Tapping in if it just feels a bit unsteady. Excellent. Let's roll these arms up, back, down and around. Now with the fingertips really spread wide, let's do the squats. And imagine that you're on a beach somewhere and there's a really cool breeze coming in. It's glorious sunshine around you. The water is glistening, sparkling blue. All right, spread those fingertips, splash yourself into the water, reach up, back down and around. Smile, breathe in. And breathe out, just feeling your breath. 2 more. You don't have to go too deep on those squats, just make sure your hips are having a little bit of movement. We're getting warmer. Jump back in and then have a go here. I'm going to stand up on one leg again and we'll do a little bit of movement in the hips again. I can see a couple of people watching, so if you are watching, give me a little wave and say hello. So take yourself onto one leg, lift that leg and then just take it out to the side. Bring it back in, take it down. Lift this leg, take it out to the side, see what happens with your hips. So then remember, this workout assumes that you don't have any pelvic girdle pain, that you don't have any back issues, and that you are given the go ahead to exercise. Stop at any time it feels uncomfortable. All right, let's just have a little lunge back. Check your space like me. Check your space. Have a squat. Check your space. Have a squat. Just one more. And then just gently kind of getting the pulse up. You feel it? Fabulous, excellent. So we do that again. I'm going to go on the side. I'm going to take my arms above my head. And of course, when I take my arms away from my heart space, there's extra blood flow required, isn't there, to get to my hands, which because they're elevated, causes me to have to work harder cardiovascularly. So if it feels good for you and you can really open up there, take your hands to the top. I'm just going to reach my hands up there, sparkly through the fingers, drop my shoulders. Feel good? I'm going to lunge back. I'm going to do 4 each side. So there's a little lunge or a tap, your choice. And then I'm going to squat. Okay, so a little lunge, little squat, lunge. And you can tap back here. Remember, this is a mixed ability group. One more, so you can tap back. Yeah, you choose. So here, arms. So we're back coordinating, ladies. Just focus on the movements that you enjoy. So really working on that, shifting my weight behind my hip here, using my proprioception. One more. Fabulous. Roll those shoulders, deeper squats here for 4. Are you warming up? Turn those palms, ladies. It's really going to feel good next couple of days, working into your shoulder mobility. Especially now we're going to be using our cars a little bit more. Some of you probably have been out in a car already. Mine was on the road for 10 weeks, hadn't moved. But now I have to remind myself how to reverse park. And these movements will help you feeling less strain on your posture, in your reverse parking. Winner. Okay, I need a very quick drink. I feel like I need a quick drink. So I'm going to have a drink. And then I'm going to set you up with walkouts. Okay, so walkout movements. Your version is the best version, okay? Bend to come down to the floor. Hands spread, knees can come onto the floor. If you come into here, you can do a plank. If you want, bend again. Come up. That's it. All right? I want you to do that. I'm going to give you a minute of that straight away as part of your warm-up. I am going to go down and I'm going to do a tricep press. You can watch me on that beginning if you want to. And then I'm going to do a plank and then I'm going to return. Okay, so most of you already know what that looks like. In fact, just in case we've got some people viewing, if you see there's people viewing, you don't know what it is. Just come down. You can come down on your knees if you want. My hands are kind of underneath my shoulders. So I'm just going to take myself, drop the hips. Drop hips, press up. Take my leg out to plank and then come back. And it's not rushed. It should be making you feel dizzy, okay? It's a minute. I'm not expecting you to do loads of those. Just leave out the plank. If you're not sure, just come straight back up. It's your workout. Ready? Go. So I'm going to go down, take what I need, thinking about my movements. I'm mindfully moving here. You can take one leg, then the other. Just feel good. Drop back. Bend those knees, bend those hips. This is all designed to get you feeling that great freedom of movement in your joints and that mobility. The plank, you can even add a jump. We have these, some of us like a jack. Don't rush it, ladies. Coming down, thinking about your movements. This is a great one to do if you've just dropped something on the floor or you're tidying up. Or you're tidying up with baby on the floor all day long. A couple of these will sort you out for the hours. Kickstart your endorphin, serotonin. What do you want to do with your legs? And that's your minute done. Breathe and smile. And let's move on. So we're through our best of our warm-up now. Let's just repeat some of that as we're going along. So let's just repeat that. So we've done some back lunges, which you liked with a squat. You can choose your arm position on that. We'll do a minute of those. And those will just be alternating. We've got our walkouts. And I've got one more to show you. And I'm just going to grab a dumbbell. So I want you to grab a dumbbell. You can grab a ball or a cushion, particularly if you've got wrist concerns. You just don't feel up to it. Just grab a cushion. Throw it side to side. Throw it side to side. I want those of you using the dumbbell to grip it like that today. So I'm just trying to keep a straight line there. No spaghetti wrists. All right. Take the dumbbell to the side, wide base of support. Should be able to get your heart rate up on these, simmering you for your sessions. And straight away, as I pull that through the width of my body, I can feel all the muscles responding across the front part of my body. So I can really feel my core muscles doing their work. All right, it's a minute. Let's do it now. Pass it over. Grip. You can look at it if you want to. Sometimes my neck really enjoys the looking. Other days I feel like it makes me a bit dizzy. So of course it's your workout and you can change that as you wish. So I'm trying to get to around shoulder height, and what I'm trying to do is not lean my body over. So I'm trying to use the muscles in my trunk to keep my crown on my head. So remember we talked about the crown on our head? So we talked about shoulders down. So I'm trying not to lean into this as I pull away from my body. Targeting the shoulders, a small set of muscles, and are largely responsible for working on our press-ups, push-ups, okay, working on our planks. You've got 15 seconds, you don't have to go as fast as me, but you can breathe and smile. How's that feel? Fabulous, that's 1 minute, ladies. So we've done the 3 main moves. So I'm just going to get you to go through all of those again. about a minute, and then I'm going to bring in my chair and we're going to do some work on one leg. So make sure you've got your chair handy. All right, so let's have a look with the band. Judo belt will do. Palms again, thinking about being in line with the wrist. So when you moved before, I said to you, do you want to bring your hands here? Do you want to tap back? And then I did a little squat. If you feel that this will help you in some way, realign your posture, give you something more to focus on, maybe like the coordination element, feels good, bring your belt along, stretch your band, stretch your leggings. Let's do a minute. Start with the arms up, drop the shoulders, back tap into your lunge. So go down into your lunge, nice, steady movement, squat, and then stand. Back tap or back lunge. These are alternating, so there's a little bit more concentration. You choose the width of your lunge and your squat. See where your breathing is working for you. What's happening? I'm having to concentrate extra because I'm talking all the way through. I'm just listening into my back and adjusting my position so I can make every movement count. It's not about choreography, it's about me controlling my movement, setting myself up for every repetition and working to pull myself back behind that knee. Pull myself back behind that front knee. You don't have to go too deep on your lunges or your squats. I think this is probably my last one. And there's my minute. Pull myself back behind that knee. Last one. Well done. Really breathing with a flow throughout that. Okay, walkouts. You ready for some walkouts? What do you want to do with your walkout? Do you want to go straight back out, stand back up, stand up really tall, clap at the top if you like, but bring yourself into standing attention at the top for me. Should be feeling a bit warmer and heart rate should be up. Okay, down we go. Oh, there's your minute. Choose your option, mix it up. It's not set in stone. This isn't about how many you do. This is about the quality of work. It's your only competition is with yourself, your mental well-being, your physical well-being. How can you look after yourself better today? How can we stop comparing ourselves to others and start being more focused on what we need? Being a mum is very, very giving. So it's important that we give ourselves that time, making sure we've got what we need. I'm doing about a rate of 4 a minute here. I'm moving quite fast today. I've done 7 of these sessions this week already and I was on about 3. So it depends on your energy levels, how well you slept, you know, what you're doing with your time. All those key factors in your well-being, your nutrition, your hydration. We've just done another 3 rounds, 3 1-minute rounds. Well, we've done the 2. We're going to do our lateral raises with the dumbbells next. Grab a drink. So, think about the position your body's in when it's moving. Think about how your breathing is flowing with you. Yeah, take the dumbbell that suits your mood. Stand tall, legs wide. Let's go, ladies. We'll get our chair together. You can go up or down if you need to on these dumbbells, absolutely. You know, don't mark yourself up on how much you're lifting in comparison to how much you lift before baby or how much you lift 10 years ago. You know, it's easy for us to start marking ourselves up on our 26-year-old selves or 21-year-old selves, you know. When I was 26, I was in the Territorial Army and I could do 12 full press-ups with some webbing on my back. And sometimes a rifle in a muddy puddle. Somewhere in Scotland or somewhere in Yorkshire or somewhere in Wales in the hills. Well, I'm not comparing myself to that Natasha, I'm comparing myself to today's Natasha and giving her what she needs. Yeah, kindness first. Yeah, I'm not 26. And stop. So let's work with that, ladies. All right, so that was good. We've done those exercises twice now for about a minute, so you should feel the benefit from that. And if that felt good, you could do that more. You could press pause on replay, come back. You could do 4 little sets of that, you know, and even just that would qualify as your active movement for the day. Okay, it's not about how long you spend. You know, oh, you go to the gym and spend an hour on the treadmill or 20 minutes rowing with spin class and then some weights. You know, those are great, but they're not sometimes helping us with our lifestyle. You know, working out at home. Goodness knows when we're going to get back to gym, back to you know, community classes. So becoming more independent at home is definitely a way forward for all of us. What have you got at home you can use that you haven't tried yet? Okay, so here's the chair. So we'll try the chair. This is one of my favourite exercises. Now you can add weight to this. I'm going to demo it without weights, and I'm going to ask you to just fold your hands or put them on your hips. And what I'm going to get you to do is decide whether you're here in your movements after doing those little exercises. Is this enough? Okay, because you can throw something here, like a ball or a cushion. So let's have a go. Mind a chandelier, and even that will cause you to have to do something extra in your middle section. Obviously a ball, smaller ball, more agility is required. If you've got a sandbag, then you're throwing a weight around, so if you've got these, that's a lot more effort. Okay, you can really feel that pulling and tugging on the pelvic floor if that's what you want. Stay with that option please if you're not sure about standing on one leg yet, or if you've got any concerns in your sacrum, feeling a bit stiff now, or if you're just not feeling your knees steady enough with the hips to stand onto one leg, because that's what we're going to do. Just try it, stand on one leg. You're going to sit your hips back. If that feels difficult, you're going to be on a 2-leg position on the chair. So just bring yourself back. I want you to do that. We've been working on this in different variations. So it's like a bend. This flexion there, isn't there? And then my hips are coming back as far as they can. This leg is bending. I'm sitting down and I'm standing up. I'm going to go low, stand up. What I'm actually going to do is sit on the chair. So have a look. I'll just do one on each leg. Fold my arms. Keep breathing, smiling. Transfer to one leg. Sit down. Foot flat. Push up. Step back. Okay. So take the leg off first. Listening to the knees and the hips. And try and track your leg. See this knee? I want to track it forward. And then stand up and then put the foot down. Okay? I'm going to do 10 on each leg. And for me, I'm just going to make it more challenging by adding in some load. And of course, the load is transferred through the joints that you're holding on to. So I'll show you. Where have I got it? Let's go. So here, I've got a little weight. This is a 5K, so I might be a lot slower on these if you've got thin air or less. So just hold it in a way that's comfortable for you, and then you can see the weight is I have to think of my words. The weight is coming. The transfer of load is through my shoulders into my spine, into my pelvis, and then into one leg. So that's why it's useful if you've got that steadiness on your movement. All right, I'm going to check my time as well. It's coming up to 11 o'clock, so we're good. Roll the shoulders. So you can keep it on your chest if you want. Try not to compromise posture. Just when you're ready, stand on one leg, see what it feels like. Feel the chair behind you. Make sure your chair's leaning on something that's really supportive as well. Mine's quite steady and I'm quite steady, so I don't need it at a wall. So I'm going to take my foot off, sit down, you can take your foot off again, and then push up and then stand. If it feels good, you could curl your dumbbell. Depends on what you've got in your hand, doesn't it? Or you could push. Yeah, want to do it again. Off, sit back, push up, press it, curl it. You want to move the way your body wants you to. Okay, 3. Otherwise, you're just doing sit to stands. Yeah. So this is, hello, it's one of my dumbbells. 6. I think it fell down. Dumbbell fell down. Standing up. 7. So try and just watch your knee. It's trying to wobble left and right, and I'm just trying to give it a little bit of support by pressing through the heel of this foot. All right, standing up as tall as you can. Probably you're realising you need to breathe out with effort, which is what we've been practicing for weeks and weeks and weeks. Exhale on your effort, ladies. Press through the heel. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to change leg. You can keep going, ladies, with your sit to stands until I've finished. I might have done one extra there. Change leg, take a break with your dumbbell, change positions. All right, sit down, stand up. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this so I can give you a variation of load. I'm doing this so I can build up your confidence in the way you move. I'm doing this so you can challenge your body to do things. Okay, that stage of adaptation, asking our bodies to do things, our minds. We're very kind of plastic, we can be kind of moulded. Movements, yeah, cause our bodies to respond in a certain way, challenge our minds. I think this is 4. I'm hot now. 5. You can stop any time. 6. What do you want to do? 7. And of course, as you progress, you can just keep your foot off the floor for every rep. So 3, 2, lots of focus. 1. And that was my leg that needs TLC, so that was not too bad for me today. Dump your weight down. I hope you enjoyed that little, that was our guest exercise. That was our guest exercise. You don't need a chair now, but you do need a drink. Can you grab a drink? So that was our guest exercise today. Have a little shake out if it feels you need a little shake out somewhere. I'm about there. Hot. Okay, well done, guys. That's our halfway point. We've done 2 rounds of that and a single leg squat variation. Standing leg abduction balance work next. Now, if you have been staying with us watching some of our videos, you'll notice that I've been doing some work on your abduction here. And again, I'm doing all these movements to give you challenge. So these are movements that I wouldn't put heavy focus on in your 6 weeks to 6 months sessions. They're just not necessary, and we're just giving you confidence with your movement. Well, I am programming confidence with your movement, and you know, really ramping up your body awareness, responsibility for the way you move. Just opening that window, covering up my floor space because it gets a bit wet when it rains. It's raining. All right, I'm feeling good. Had a little drink. Should we do some standing work, some standing balance? Now, I'm not going to use any weights on this time. You can do it with a weight, but I'm going to give my shoulders a little rest from that movement. I am going to work with here, and what I'm going to ask you to do is decide whether you want this hand on your hips. So we started off with lifting this leg slightly, checking with the pelvis is neutral, checking with that knee feels lifted, your crown is on the top of your head, your shoulders are down here, right here, away from your ear, that lifted position that you're in. If you've got your hand on your body like that, it's easier. If your hand is out and away from your centre, it's harder. So just try it on both legs, see where you're at today, check in. What feels like it's really working there for you, okay? You can also have your hand high up in the sky, and what I'm going to draw your attention to is as you open your legs, you stretch your pelvic floor. So as you open your leg wide, you cause tension, don't you, on your pelvic floor. And so that in itself is giving you some responsibility there. So if you are feeling, a little bit aware, or like, can just feel some awareness, maybe you feel like you want to wee, maybe you feel like an immediate sphincter action, just pay attention to what's happening within the pelvic floor. And as we breathe out, if you go back in some of the videos we've done previously, we have more anatomy discussion with that in my videos, and happy to answer questions about that. So what we're trying to do is, as we breathe out, I'm breathing my tummy muscles. They automatically engage as I breathe out in the deep transverse abdominals. And anybody who's been following these videos will know how that feels and what we've been talking about, because these are education-based videos as well. you should be picking some of that up now. Happy to answer any questions. And yeah, I know we've been educating a lot of people as we've been moving forward with these videos, and lots of trainers have been watching them as well, and they've been picking up tips. So if you're enjoying that, let us know, comment here. And then a harder option, mind chandelier, is to keep the arm elevated, okay, as this arm comes down. All right, I'm going to go for a set of 12 today. Okay, and I'm going to try and see what my foot wants to do. Do I feel strong enough and balanced with a neutral pelvis, shoulders down? Do I feel good here? Does that feel good for me? Does that feel good for you? This hand is kind of coming behind the shoulder, leg. All right, stop when you've had enough. Exhale to move. 1, easy. 2, moderate. 3, challenging. Okay, where do you want to be today? Check your posture. Shuffle, align, feel good, shimmy all that out and about, and then put it all back together neat and tidy. All right, reach up. Here we go. So you're going inhale, exhale. You can tap down, reach his hand up if you're here with me. Can you see I'm really trying to lean into this side, but trying to keep this hand above my shoulder and hip, you see? Try not to lean over too much. I think that's 4. I can feel my tummy muscles really working. 5. You can put your foot down if you want to. 6. Let's give that tummy a little bit more focused. 7. 5 to go. 5. You don't have to lift your leg high, ladies. Keep that knee facing forward. 4. 3. 2. Lots of focus. Tall as you can. Last one. Just swing it out. Move around a little bit, loosen up, say hello to baby, count for baby as well if baby's there, toddlers are with you. Just give them a little bit of a hello. I don't have any babies, I don't have any pets with me, so just have a little bit of freedom of movement there and just enjoy your body and the movement that it has, okay? Should we try again on the other side? So I was working to 12, you could do 6, stop, 4, stop, repeat. This leg is lifting up through the muscles around the femur. This length of spine is a crown on my head. So you're here, or you're here, or you're here. Where do you want to be today? Either way, try not to compromise your body's position. Feel the flatness of your foot on the earth. Draw up through the quadricep. Exhale to move, and feel how that affects your abdomen around the umbilicus. Remember that bit? Cinching towards the middle, it will feel good. If it doesn't, nothing's happening, enjoy the movement, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, focus. I'm a bit leaning more on that side. I feel a bit weaker on that side, so you can see I'm leaning a bit more onto that side. I think that's 4. Really try and straighten up there. 5, that's much harder. 6, 7, see where your movement feels good. 8, a little bit more control. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Excellent, bring it down ladies, swing it out. Legs up. You're doing great today. We are moving into a little bit of the Pilates focus now. My aim for your session, of all my sessions, is to really switch on that third ear, give you that sense of bodily awareness, bring you back to your senses, so that when you're in your everyday activities, putting baby into the car, putting baby down on the sofa, picking baby up from the sofa, bending down to the floor, lifting and carrying all day, feeding, changing. I want you to think about when you get there, do you stay there? Or do you say, okay, shake a tail feather, bring yourself back up and just have a little bit of, okay, this is just a bit more supportive for what my body needs right now. And those are really some of the key kind of visions I have for all the mums in the sessions, keeping their spines long when they come down to the floor to pick baby up, etc. All right, ladies, I've had a drink. It's now time to grab a band or a belt. I can see someone's waved to me there. Natalie! I can only see it on the tablet. This is a different login system on my keyboard. So it doesn't pop up here. Well, maybe it has, I haven't seen it. Oh no, it has, Natalie! Hello! I got Natalie there. So I'm going to get a band next. Well done for joining us. This is for your Pilates rehearsal. So if you feel like you need to sit down now, you could sit down. I'm going to do that with you because we're going to work onto the floor. So if you want to go down to the floor with your Pilates roll down, if you're already there, just relax, get yourself a cushion, prop your bottom up on it. Otherwise, you can take a Pilates roll down. So here, I'm just going to put my chin to my chest, make my knees soggy, and gently bring my spaghetti arms into play. You remember how to do that if you've done that before. Wonderful, taking out what you need from that movement. Let's have a sit up onto, where are we, onto the cushion. Really lovely to be able to sit up on the cushion. You can really focus on lifting your spine. So I'm just going to press pause on that jukebox and then I'm going to sit up. So if you feel comfortable, sit up on your cushion, cross-legged, legs wide. I don't mind. I might fidget in between today and just checking into how I feel. I'm going to use a piece of material first and then I'm going to do some breathing with this. No, actually that's wrong. Excuse me. It's the breathing ball first and then it's the belt. So just bring yourselves so you can feel. Do you remember your pelvis? You can tilt it. A couple of pelvic tilts and just feel that you've got a bit of control on your spine. I'm just going to creep forward and check it. On the tablet here, on the there. All right, so bring your spine up so you feel very long in your spine. Yeah, rehearse that and just see what feels good. And then what we're going to do is a focus on the yoga breathing. So this is the breathing that we do, which really allows you to fill up like a balloon. So children love the breathing ball. So I use this in the family wellbeing sessions or family yoga. And it's a really good idea to help you understand how your lungs are moving because they're not just moving in the side of you. And then they're not just moving here, they're moving in the back of you as well. So let's just take 2 breaths. No, let's take 3 breaths. Let's indulge. If we had a lot more time, we'd do a lot more than 3 breaths. Let's do 3. Lengthen the spine. And what I want you to do, I'll use the ball, but I want you to put one hand across your tummy and I want you to feel your tummy muscles as you breathe in coming into your hand as you breathe in, so you're filling up like a balloon. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Drop your shoulders, lengthen your spine, breathing in and breathing out and feeling your breath filling up and again. And out. One more time. Maybe checking into the pelvic floor, see what's happening. Okay, so how was that? I'm going to get you to do that 2 more times, and what I want you to explore today is the breathing in, the feeling that you're breathing in 360, so into the front and the back of the rib cage, into the tummy, into the width of your body. And then I want you to feel, here is the pelvic floors. So when you're breathing in, what's happening to the pelvic floors? And what's happening as you breathe out? And I want you to let's just do, oh, time goes so quickly. I want to do the saw with you, so I'm just going to do 2 breaths. See what happens, and I'll tell you what we're looking for. Ready? Just breathe. So what happened? I just did one more to check myself there. So what was happening is as you breathe in, you're putting a little bit of pressure and the pelvic floor is like coming down. Can you see? If that's the pelvic floor there, the pressure is going down onto the pelvic floor. And then as you breathe in, can you see what's happening to the pelvic floor? As your rib cage is coming back and the balloon belly breath is coming towards you, the pelvic floor is coming up in your natural breath, okay? So you can get some relaxing there. Relaxing, not relaxing, into your pelvic floor. And then here with the Pilates breath, let's just do 3 rounds of this and we'll see if we can get one exercise done with the Pilates. We'll do a twist today. So around the rib cage, under the armpits, just feel it, feel what it feels like. Pull it with one hand if you've got any concern around your midline, so incorporate that. Inhale this time as wide as you can into your rib cage, and using this hand, try not to have the front of your abdomen expand. Instead, you're going to pull those muscles and hold them back as you expand through the width and the back of your diaphragm, that huge muscle there around you. Let's try 2, and then you might notice if you're at the stage where you're already blowing out the candle that your tummy muscles contract a little bit more as well, and there's some involvement in the pelvic floor. But let's focus on the tummy muscles not popping out of the front midline again for revision purposes. 2 breaths please, shoulders down, inhale wide. That was a good one for me. Drop your shoulders. Second one was 50-50 on the inhale for me. So I just started to put a little bit of pressure on my tummy, but then I got it back in involvement. And then as I breathed out, I could feel my muscles pulling towards the spine. I want you to have a think about that as we move. All right, I'm sitting elevated on the edge of my cushion. There's a couple of ways of doing this exercise. We have done it before, and I do it with the beginners. Again, you're elevated on a cushion, your legs are wide, your legs are crossed if it presents you with no irritation. And what I want you to do, I'm just rotating my ankles, is think about twisting on your spine. So a good way as beginners is here, lift the chest. There should be no kind of soggy sagging in the middle. Your crown is on the top of your head, and you're really thinking about sitting on those sitting bones. You're going to exhale, twist. So it again presents some responsibility. Of course it does on your trunk. This is a spinal flexibility exercise from Pilates, and what you're doing is you're going to cause that intra-abdominal pressure across the front midline. And so if you're finding that as you twist, it's a good way to do it with your hands like this, that you're getting bulging anywhere from the sternum down to the pubic bone, you want to make sure that you're trying really hard to breathe in, hold the tensegrity of your transverse abdominal muscles back from your hand, and then as you breathe out, you're kind of cinching those muscles towards the umbilicus more. Okay, have a go. If you're feeling more advanced, you've got no concerns there, why not take your arms out to the side, inhale here, and then exhale, and then drive towards, little pinky towards your big toe and look behind. So just because that's a big hamstring movement, just bring your legs together, everyone can do that, and just feel a little bit of a stretch. You've got your band there, a little bit of stretch there, and just have a little bit of a let go. See if your quadriceps can let go there. I'm just looking side to side. Just releasing any tension around my back. Come out of any movements that don't feel good for you, please. And we're almost done today. So you have a choice, ladies. Should we just do 6 each side because we're short on time, and of course repeat like 3 times, 4 times? How you know, with your deep concentration on your breathing and your whole core work, keeping your jaws relaxed. Jaws, you guys, plural, draws. And then repeat that. Yeah, repeat that for me. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be here? Is this enough? I'm going to do 8 each side, just 1 set. Or do you want to take it and then do your forward flexion, rise to the top, crown comes on, exhale, arm comes forward and back. It's like somebody's pulling my arms that way and behind me, okay? Try it. I think I'm going to go for both. I'm going to do 4 with the beginners and 4 advanced. Have a go. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go to my right side. You can choose, sit on your sitting bones, please, crown on the top of your head, drop your shoulders. You can erect your feet if it feels like it gives you more involvement somewhere it feels good, otherwise keep them floppy. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist. Drop your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale, lift the chest. Drop your shoulders, crown on your head, sitting on those sitting bones. Tummy muscles coming back to the spine, you're doing great. That's 2. 3. Can feel my body working. Drop your shoulders. Control that movement. That slow and controlled movement. Try to keep your sitting bones on the floor. Have a little bit of a breather. I'm going to do the next 4 now. I'm going to take the advanced option. Drop your shoulders. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist. Crown on the top of the head. Flow through your movement. Take what you need. Stretch your fingers so the rays of light are coming out of them. Try to keep the opposite sitting bone on the floor. Mine's creeping up there. 2. Both seats, bones on the floor, ladies. 2 more. Extend your arms out like you mean it, full of love. Last one. I can really feel that in my triceps and back. Sit bones on the floor. Oh, great one for my triceps today. Drop your shoulders last time. Oh, fantastic. I can really feel that working on my triceps. As I did all this yesterday, I can really feel it in my back. Bring your legs up. Just rest your weight backwards around a cushion. Give your feet a bit of a tap. You've reached the end of today's session. You've done fantastic. It's so wonderful to work with you. It's right at the end of the session here now, so it's 20 past. I'm just going to bring my feet in. If you feel comfortable, do the same. And then just see if you can bring them in. Go soggy in the middle. Go for a little soggy spot here. And then just see if you can just round those shoulders. And release the tummy muscles from the workload. And then slowly we rise up to the top. Feel we're lifting through the spine. Rock side to side. Notice any pulling or tugging anywhere that feels good. Take one hand off. You can cross your legs if it feels better here, and then rotate yourself backwards, lift the chest. I'm looking away, it feels good. If it doesn't feel good for you, please come back to the front. Anything that feels too strong will be kind to the body, make it easier, cross your legs. This side's a bit more difficult for me, so lifting through the spine. Choose your move. Lift the chest. Bring it back. I'm going to come up to standing now, so you can choose how you want to come up to standing. I'd like you to think about using no hands, our no hands challenge. Can we come up? Imagine we're holding baby, tuck our toes up and stand up really tall. Well done. Wiggle those hips. We're right at the end of today's session. You've done a fantastic job. My name is Natasha. This is the Babi Active page. I'd love for you to comment on how effective you found this workout. Is it appropriate for you at your 6 month plus stage? Do you feel it's appropriate for you if you're an experienced exerciser? Is there anything I've missed, something that you think I should have added, or anything that you want me to go over again? So I'll be here with you next week again on Tuesday at 10:30 for your 6 month. Please let your friends know that these sessions are free and we are open to requests. So if you want me to go over anything that you're not sure about, bits of equipment, anything like that, I can. I'm going to do a quadricep standing now, so you might need balance. You can lean on your, what have you got there, mantelpiece. If you've got a small child, you can hold their hand, they can copy. This one is for your quadricep between the knee and the hip. And I'm just putting my foot not too close to my bottom, drop your shoulders, reach up to the sky. Have a little bit of a balance wiggle there. Feels really good. Other side. Please have a good drink after today's session. Please share these videos on your page. So you can also go and share the live whilst it's happening, which is really good if you know you've got friends who just had babies, or friends who are pregnant thinking about what they might do postnatally. Don't get a lot of postnatal specific type advice in your sessions with the midwives. They're obviously very focused on the magic of the birth. So you can also share these and that people can view them live from your page. That's another way of sharing for Babi Active. Tag me. I'm happy to hear your reviews and opinions, as always, up for discussion, all things women's health. I'll leave you today with a little calf stretch. We've got enough time to do the calf stretch. Put your heel towards, drive it down to the earth, open your heart centre. Take a breath. Give yourself a little credit, award. Think about how you can appreciate yourself today. One more time. I'm really working on my calf there, very tight on my calves. Lost a lot of flexibility on my calves from not doing my usual routine. I'm going to have to work on that. Inhaling. Exhaling, draw the arms behind you this time. If that didn't feel too good, just drive them down, squeeze those shoulder blades, for your back cleavage, drive your foot down into the floor, into the earth, lift your head, shoulders, lovely stretch between your ears and your shoulders. Take your hands with you and then bring those forward. I am so glad you joined me today, Natalie. It's been fantastic. Whoever else is watching as well, I'm not sure who you are, but thank you. I'm going to say goodbye, a little side stretch. I look forward to seeing you next Friday if you're tuning in at 10:30. The world keeps on turning, doesn't it, with all the changes that we are working through and living with. We do hope we have supported you through these last few months with the sessions, and as our children approach whether or not we're going back to school, whether or not we're going back to childminders, whether or not mums are going back to work and such like, all of these changes will be upon us if they're not already upon us, and we aim to give you a little bit of a mental break and a physical mental well-being boost here at Babi Active. So thanks again for watching. I will stop this video live now and I will press finish and I will post it into the Babi Active group, all being well. Many thanks. Bye for now.